Well, the Virginia case is probably the best well-documented case that we have in Brazil and probably in the world. Yeah, you know that over 80 witnesses came forward, first-hand witnesses came forward during the first weeks, and they are still coming after it happened. During all these years, we still keep getting witnesses that come forward and tell us pieces of the big story that we know that comprises the capture of at least 2 alien creatures in the city of Virginia. We know for a fact, because we have it all documented, plus the witnesses have confirmed and cross-confirmed that one alien was captured in the morning of that day, which was a Saturday, about 10:30, by a fire department and some personnel from the army. Another creature was seen at the same day by middle afternoon by 3 girls. It was them who called attention of all the city to the fact that strange creatures have been seen, because when the first one was seen and captured in the morning, it didn't draw too much attention. But at the afternoon, when the girls saw another creature and then spread the word to everybody, we saw the devil, that's what they thought they saw. That night of the Saturday, January 20, 1996, that second creature, probably the same one saw by the girls, was also captured by a police troop, a police car, actually a military police car with 2 policemen inside. The one who was sitting in the passenger seat was Marco Elixerezi, and he was lucky enough to be the one who spotted the creature and grabbed it with his own bare arms, bare hands, got back to the car, put the creature in his lap, and took it to the hospital. 25 days after that, he died on February 15 of some bacteria attacks, proving that his immune deficiency system was absolutely destroyed. And army personnel and authorities kept it all secret for lots of time until the UFO researchers started protesting along with the press, and we did so much pressure that eventually information was released about it.
1 o'clock in the morning, when my wife noticed a bright light shining outside. I rushed out, wondering what it could be. I was amazed when I saw this huge flying object. When I first saw it, I remember thinking, it looked like a submarine. It hovered for about 40 minutes, and when it started to move, it headed towards the town of Virginia.
Só para os senhores poderem pegar a cronologia dos fatos. Porém, tem outro detalhe muito importante. Estando ele lá no...
Local entrepreneur Vittorio Paccaccini became convinced that an alien had visited his town and set out to prove it. The story starts in this quiet neighborhood. 3 young girls were returning home from school. They suddenly saw a strange creature against the wall.
The creature was this way. So they were just passing here, they saw that thing, and then when they screamed, the creature did like this and looked at them. They thought it was the devil because they didn't have any reference. So they ran away and got home and told their mother, "We saw the devil."
I've never seen anything so scary. I was completely shocked. Valkyria started running immediately, but I seemed to be paralyzed for a moment. Finally, I started running up the street towards our house.
What first amazed me were its eyes, its veins that stuck out, and its feet with 3 toes. It had bright red eyes, and its skin looked like green leather. It was shocking.
Neighbors alerted the fire department. A chase ensued. It was witnessed by a local street vendor.
forest, he saw 3 guys from the fire department coming from this high grass over there. Right after that, he went to the next corner, and from there he saw 4 guys of the fire department carrying 2 in one side and 2 in the other side, this way and walking this way. So they gave this weird creature that was wrapped in a net, and they were wearing gloves. And right after that, they put this weird creature, this brown. He saw the food. It was big food, really dark brown. Put in a truck, and right after that, the fireman truck went down this street.
It was something not of this world. The creature was in a net, and a fireman was struggling with it. It smelt really bad, and my eyes started watering when I got close. The firemen were cursing all the time.
Another witness saw suspicious military activity in a forest nearby.
He saw 7 soldiers from the army school of Três Corações, 3 Hearts, walking in line, going into the forest with war rifles. Some seconds later, he heard 3 shots. Right after that, the soldiers came out of the forest holding canvas bags with something inside. In one of the canvas bags, something was moving inside. The other one, nothing was moving. So we think that the army didn't send a troop here to hunt rabbits or skunks. So something was going on inside the forest.
In the forest, soldiers were allegedly chasing another alien creature. Involved in the operation was Sergeant Marco Cerezo, who died shortly afterwards. The military deny he was on duty that day, but his own sister disagrees.
Na noite de 20 de janeiro, eu afirmo.
I swear that my brother was on duty that night, even though the military denies this. I remember drying his clothes before he went on duty, and I know he was involved in what happened.
Muito forte, ele veio trocar de roupa.
At the local zoo, the animals became restless. They seemed to sense a strange presence. A woman was sitting alone on a veranda overlooking the zoo.
It was about 9 o'clock in the evening. Well, she smokes a lot, so she decided to come to the porch to have a cigarette because she didn't want to bother people with smoke. So she took a chair, sat down right here. All of a sudden, right behind that metallic green fence, this weird creature just appeared and started looking at her, really staring at her. It was about 7 minutes. She couldn't move. She stood still.
Mas achei muito feio.
It was really ugly,
Assim, olho muito vermelho, grande.
with big, bright red eyes,
Rasgada.
and its mouth was just a slit on its chin. I thought I was looking into the eyes of the devil.
Cacete.
Then, one by one, animals at the zoo started to die. No one knew why.
When the alleged ET appeared in Virginia, we had a strange experience in the zoo.
Trabalhando aqui no zoológico, com os animais,
4 animals died suddenly.
de uma morte súbita. 4
They died in circumstances that we can't explain.
que não tiveram uma
A
explicação.
tapir, 2 deers, and a tiger.
A morte de uma anta macho, de
To this day, neither I nor the labs can explain what happened.
fêmea, que morreram
They were in perfectly good health,
4
but they just died suddenly.
anterior e uma morte muito rápida.
Eyewitnesses say the firemen took the creature to the local hospital under cover of night. But there the trail dries up. Rumors spread rapidly that the creature had been snatched from the hospital by the military. But everyone refuses to talk.
We know from 2 nurses and 1 doctor that this creature was brought here late at night And from here, they took it to Humanitas Hospital. So we asked the nurses to go with us to the press, and they said no way because they're too scared. They were told not to say anything, otherwise they could lose their jobs.
The firemen and local military refused to answer any questions. There have been allegations of threats and cover-ups.
Aí eles conversaram comigo e falou que
A group of men came to the house and said they had an offer I couldn't refuse.
está ótimo, que eu nunca tinha recebido na minha vida. Que eles que queria que eu
They told me that if I told my two daughters
queria que eu entrasse em contato com a
and their friend to go to the press
que eles
and say they'd made it all up,
lugar, não aqui em
then they'd relocate us and give us lots of money.
Eles usam essa expressão pra gente, para as meninas.
They wanted us to say nothing had happened.
Mentir que não viram nada.
Our next step is to get this military in front of the cameras to say how it happened. And believe me, I'm going to prove to the world that what happened in Virginia was not hallucination. I'm going to prove that something that does not belong to this planet came here to visit us, and it was captured by the militaries.
An alien creature eluding capture, a secret military experiment, or an elaborate hoax. The Varginha story could just become the conspiracy theory of the 90s, and conspiracy theories never die.